Hi everybody, it's Erin with Samuel's Library, and today I'm going to be going over one of my favorite genres, which is fantasy. And the first book I have here is His Majesty's Dragon by Naomi Novik. I absolutely love this author and adore this series. And aerial combat brings a thrilling new dimension to the Napoleonic Wars as valiant warriors rise to Britain's defense by taking to the skies, not aboard aircraft, but atop the mighty backs of fighting dragons. So this series actually follows Captain Will Lawrence as his ship ended up capturing a French ship, and there was an unhatched egg. It chooses him as his rider, and they go through so many different adventures in this series, different countries. They go to China, they go to Africa, and they just get into a bunch of shenanigans, and it's just overall very enjoyable series. One of the things I absolutely love about this is that Naomi Novik, the author, is a historian herself, so there's a lot of historical accuracy for this time period, and it's just so interesting because it's a look at what if we actually did have dragons. So the second series that I have up here is more of a high fantasy, and it is The Crown Tower by Michael J. Sullivan. And this one follows a mercenary named Hadrian and his buddy who is an assassin named Royce as they end up going on heists and different adventures throughout this fantasy world that they have created. And this is actually the first in the prequel series. So if you're going in chronological order, this is the first one to read. So Hadrian Blackwater, a warrior with nothing to fight for, is paired with Royce Melbourne, a thieving assassin with nothing to lose. Hired by an old wizard, they must steal a treasure with no one can reach. The Crown Tower is an impregnable remains of the greatest fortress ever built and home to the realm's most prized possessions. But it isn't gold or jewels that the wizard is after, and if he can just keep them from killing each other, they might succeed. So what I like about this series is it's just the relationship between Hadrian and Royce. They're kind of best buddies, but this book in particular talks about how they meet, and overall, another one of my favorite series. So the other one that I'm going to talk about, Midnight Crossroads by Charlene Harris. People may be familiar with Charlene Harris. She did the Southern Vampire novels or the Sookie Stackhouse mysteries. HBO did the series True Blood based off of them, and this actually takes place in the same universe. But this covers a character named Manfred, who is a psychic who moves to the town of Midnight, Texas, where the residents are not exactly what they seem. There's a local pawn shop where one of the residents in the basement only comes out at night. There is a local witch, and a couple other members of the town also have their own interesting little quirks. So it's kind of like a little bit of a slice of life, but also a mystery as well. Someone ends up dead in the town, and they all come together trying to figure out how this person was murdered and what's going on. And this is actually a trilogy, and this was the first one in that. And then last but not least, I also have a book here that is an ebook and also an audiobook that you can get with our resources called Assassin's Apprentice by Robin Hobb. And this is another fantasy series. This is a trilogy called the Farseer Trilogy, the first one, and it's about a illegitimate son of a kingdom's crown prince who ends up being raised in the royal household as an apprentice to the royal assassin. And the series follows him growing up and becoming an assassin for the royal family. He also has a very interesting ability to be able to talk to animals. So this is kind of a classic. It's up there with some of the best fantasy novels out there. So I very much recommend it. You can get it as an ebook through our app Libby or Overdrive. And also you can get the audiobook through Hoopla, which we also have. You can access with your library card. So thanks for listening. And next month we'll have some more books to talk about. Please tell me that was recording. No!